Elon Musk rompe el silencio y está hablando a favor de la administración republicana. Ha dicho Elon Musk. Elon. Se quedó dormido Elon. Ahí lo tienen. Elon Musk ha expuesto el secreto que se esconde detrás del cierre del gobierno. Lo ha dicho de un modo contundente. Si dejan de pagar a los inmigrantes ilegales, perderán a sus votantes. Él cree que ese es el problema que está ocurriendo y que esa es la locura que prevalece dentro del Partido Demócrata. ¿Cómo lo dice el magnate Elon Musk? Evidencia.
If there's no vetting, like people are just coming through, like, well, what's to stop someone who just committed murder in some other country from coming to the United States or coming to Britain and just continuing their career of rape and murder? Like, unless you've done, if there's some due diligence to say, like, well, who is this person? What's their track record? If you haven't confirmed that they have a track record of being honest and not being a homicidal maniac, then any homicidal maniac can just come across the border. And that's not to say everyone who comes across the border is a homicidal maniac, but if you don't have a vetting process to confirm that you're not letting in people who will do some serious violence, you will get people who do serious violence sometimes coming through.
Well, especially if you don't punish them. And if you don't deport them. And if you are just like, but what is the purpose of allowing all those people into the country? It can't be, I wouldn't imagine that anyone in their society supports this.
Well, let me explain. So because you mentioned, for example, how much, say, Hillary and Obama have changed their tune from prior speeches where they were hard-nosed about not letting in anyone who's a criminal into the country. Having secure borders, all that stuff. So why did they change their tune? The reason is that they discovered that those people vote for them.
Por ejemplo, el programa médico conocido como Medical, o sea, de California, cubre a todos los inmigrantes ilegales elegibles por ingresos independientemente de la edad, ofreciendo beneficios completos que incluyen atención de rutina, recetas y servicios especializados. New York proporciona cobertura del plan esencial para inmigrantes ilegales como ingresos de hasta el 200% del nivel federal de pobreza. El estado de Washington incluye a los inmigrantes ilegales en su programa Apple Health, mientras que Illinois, Oregon y Colorado han implementado sus propias versiones de cobertura ampliada. El programa de California por sí solo cuesta 2.600 millones de dólares anuales en fondos estatales. New York gasta aproximadamente 500 millones de dólares al año. Estos programas requieren que los estados utilicen sus propios ingresos fiscales, ya que los fondos federales de contrapartida del Medicaid no se pueden utilizar para inmigrantes indocumentados. Por eso dice Elon Musk en esta conversación con Joe Rogan, si dejan de pagarle a los inmigrantes ilegales, perderán a sus votantes. ¿Qué más dijo? Evidencia.
Which they're actively doing. They turn a blind eye to illegal voting.
Well, California literally doesn't allow you to show your license.
California and New York have made it illegal to show your photo ID when voting. Thus, effectively, they've made it impossible to prove fraud. Impossible. They've essentially legalized fraudulent voting in California and New York. And many other parts of the country.
There's no rational explanation that I've ever seen anyone give as to why that would be the policy. Unless you were trying to just allow people to vote illegally, because there's no other reason. If you need a driver's driver's license or you need an ID for everything else,
Yes.
including just recently to prove that you were vaccinated.
The same people who are demanding that you have a vaccine passport and are the same ones saying you need no ID to vote. Same people.
Right, but like...
So it's obviously hypocritical and inconsistent.
So you really think it's just to get more voters?
If you want to understand behavior, you have to look at the incentives. Once the Democratic Party in the U.S. and the left in Europe realized that if you have open borders and you provide a ton of government handouts, which creates a massive financial incentive for people from other countries to come to your country, and you don't prosecute them for crime, they're going to be beholden to you, and they will vote for you. And that's why Obama and Hillary went from being against open borders to being in favor of open borders. That's the reason. In order to import voters so they can win elections. And the problem is that has a negative runaway effect. So if they get away with that, it is a winning strategy. If they are allowed to get away with it, they will import enough voters to get supermajority voting, and then there is no turning back.
We talked about this before the election.
Alto y claro, si dejan de dar todas estas regalías, van a perder millones de votantes.